where it all begins. I'm Megan, dreamer, traveler, storyteller. Join me aboard Royal Caribbean's Jewel of the Seas as we sail through breathtaking coastlines, explore charming cities, and find adventure around every corner. This wasn't just another trip. It was my first cruise, and I had big plans. Sunshine, golden hour, dancing under the stars, and maybe even a little Titanic moment or two. Spoiler alert, real life had a few surprises. We battled seasickness, bundled up for unexpected cold winds, survived family debates over what we would do next. And yes, I got a little tired of the same old faithful. Between the dance parties, the sunsets, and the laughter, and all the moments that didn't go according to plan, I found something better than perfect. I found memories I'll never forget. Let's chase golden hour and live it.
Alright, I did not plan this cruise. It was Nana's 90th birthday wish to get us all together, and honestly, it turned out to be wicked cool. I always wanted to cruise, but I had no idea what to expect. I didn't even research the ship. I just showed up and hoped for the best. About an hour in, boom, seasick. Not awful, but enough that I needed patches and bracelets just to feel normal. But luckily, Jewel of the Seas made up for it. You could eat pretty much anytime you wanted. Midnight pizza, 2 a.m. snacks, buffets, pina coladas. Honestly, I just wish I ordered room service more. Chasing a toddler around was a little bit more difficult than I expected. She was too young for the kids club, but we made up for it by roaming the ship and looking for the ducks. The best part of the cruise was actually waking up in a new location every morning and seeing the sunrise from the balcony. I mean, the whole trip, it wasn't perfect, but it definitely was unforgettable. Alright, let's dive in. Stay with me to the end because I'm going to be showing you moments that I just don't want you to miss. Alright? I am always stressed out when we're going to travel. Going over the bridge. It's always a sign that we're leaving. We're leaving Maine and getting into New Hampshire. Tunnels. Everybody was going from different locations. We had people coming from Florida, Bath, Westbrook, Scarborough, all from Maine, obviously. My sister went in the day before, and they took the train. We went down in our car. Getting on the ship was just extremely impressive. Like, this was huge. This whole lobby. First time really using the gimbal. So we're, again, not perfect at it, but do better. Put your love on me. I beg and bribe to get to you, but how much can I pay? Jump on the direct express. Let's make it right. So, it was a lot more than we expected, Jack. One fly. The bed was actually super comfortable, and we had space where it was a pull-out bed for Mackenzie, like a pull-out sofa, and then the bunk pulled down for Jack. And this is us leaving Boston. The sunset was just gorgeous.
Monday was all about life at sea. Jack and I couldn't wait to explore the ship while everyone else was still snoozing.
Lounge was one of my favorite places. It had a self-leveling pool table, and the ropes were treated with this oil that gave it a ship-like smell that really added to the experience. From the back of the boat, I couldn't stop watching the porpoises jumping in and out of the water. It was just so fantastic to see. Breakfast of Champions, donuts and daiquiris. Our matching cruise shirts were a hit, each one of us customized. We loved having an excuse to put on our formal wear for dinner. The night wasn't over yet. We headed to the theater for our Broadway-inspired show. And the Broadway show really wasn't bad. It was interesting because the ship was like rocking and they were dancing around, and I didn't see too many mistakes. It was great. So day 3, we woke up at Halifax and Peggy's Cove, and I was just so excited for that sunrise peeking up. It was just perfect. It lit that lighthouse up, and I just with excitement. I love it.
I love you too.
Yeah. Right here, that lighthouse.
What?
Look at that golden sun! So on day 3, we're actually going on a tour, which meant we packed up, got on a tour bus, and got to see some of the sights. They took all the victims from the Titanic disaster. They brought them to Halifax, and there's a cemetery there.
Yeah, say that word, Haligonian. Don't let anyone call you a Halifax-er, or a Halifaxite, or a Halifaxian. You're a Haligonian. Now remember.
So that was pretty interesting just to see all those names. There was a child that went unnamed for just until recently, when we had the DNA technology to find out really who he was and what his name was. And then we went to Peggy's Cove, and it was gorgeous. I mean, this guy played the horn, and there's no valves or anything. One thing that the cruise does are themed nights. So there was 70s, tropical night, formal nights, then there was nights for casual dining, and then I've always wanted to get hypnotized. I swear that everywhere I look, hypnotherapy has been coming up. We're on the cruise, I got a chance to get hypnotized, and I was so scared. This isn't something that I normally would do. This scared the crap out of me, but I was so intrigued I had to do it.
Hi from the middle of the ocean. Getting ready to go to my massage. I'm really excited. I'm gonna have lunch all by myself today before I go to the spa.
I had paid for a massage for this morning.
Came 15 minutes early to the spa, so now I have to leave. After my massage, I did make it back to the pool. It was heated, and the rocking back and forth of the ship made it a very unique experience, and relaxing as well.
I got some time to myself. I roamed around the ship in my robe. Got there too early, and then decided to go for a little swim and a hot tub plunge.
I had this pool all to myself. It was much colder than the outdoor pool,
And this pool was packed during the day. Kids weren't allowed at this. And then here we are in the spa. Honestly, I'm a massage therapist, and I've always wanted to experience a massage out at sea just so that I could tell my clients what to expect. And it wasn't all that. But I did get a facial. That was part of it. The mini facial really was great. My face felt very soft. Finally, I got my moment. Pretending like I was Kate flying on the front of the ship. My husband put up with me. You notice how he's not looking over and smiling. And then that night we had more of a casual night at dinner. But, I mean, every dinner was great, great company. And we had a lot of fun. Oh, here's one of the ducks we found right here. Mackenzie was so excited to share it. Oh, and this is our server, Cherry Ann. She was, she really took care of us. I really liked her, and she's still, cruising around. And then at night we would always walk around the ship at night and dance, see what they had for entertainment. And this night happened to be the silent dance party where you would listen to your own music. There was 2 different headphones. You'd put them on, and you could decide or which song rather that you wanted to dance to. That was a lot of fun. I really got into that. Yeah. And then I wanted to see the show that night, and Mackenzie fell asleep. She was so exhausted from all the dancing that, she fell asleep right on my chest. And then the next morning, I was awake for the sunrise. It wasn't as beautiful as the day before. It was a little bit more muted, but I still really enjoyed being out on the balcony. This day was a really long bus ride. And I did not come prepared with car seats, so she just had to sit on the bus with a seatbelt and just hope for the best. It was difficult, but we managed. We got to Hopewell Rocks. Hopewell Rocks is a place where it has the largest, or the highest tide in the world. I forgot what it is, but I'll just link it right. I'll just put it. And I actually got lost. I went off to the right, and then they went off to the left. So I didn't get to actually see this big rock that table theme night, so we decided that we were gonna go to the sushi bar. That was our added expense for the trip. Next day we had another tour. We got on the bus and we saw the Best of St. John. This was more of the toury bus. We got to see many stops. We saw the lobster boats that are propped up, so when the tide comes in and out, the boats stay put. We saw the marketplace. I bought the best hot sauce ever. Link for it down below. We saw covered bridges. It was a little rainy, a little drizzly, but I came prepared for any type of weather. French and English labels on them. The sea caves were pretty cool. The rocks were really round and smooth, and you could find a wishing stone. The wishing stones had a line through them, and you would make a wish and you would throw them back. Then they stopped at an Irish pub for us, O'Leary's. We weren't really into Irish pubs. We've seen them a million times, so we walked around the streets and we saw some other, cool sights. There was this amazing rainbow. The reversing rapids, they go out one way, they come back, and it just is a big change. People go to see that. Back to the ship a little bit earlier than embarkment time was, so we wanted to go get beaver tails in the shipping container plaza where they had a bunch of little businesses. So sunset that night, I couldn't miss it. Formal night or semi-formal, we didn't half dressed up.
Now look at that sunrise. Portland looks so different from up here on the top deck. And look at that ship behind us.
And this sunrise was the best sunrise of the entire trip. Look at that sky.
Portland headlight in this light, stunning! Maine's definitely flexing today. Booms hit the spot. the ship. It was bittersweet, but a great way to celebrate the trip. One last walk around the ship. Every spot brought back so many memories from this movie. Jack was still making the most of every minute on board. A huge thank you to Nana for making this trip possible. Sharing these memories with you all is a gift I'll treasure forever.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me and reliving our cruise. I hope you had so much fun watching it as we did living it. If you enjoyed this video, or if you're dreaming about your own cruise, make sure to hit that button, subscribe, and stick around because this is just the beginning. I've got way more adventures coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss them.